What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? Welcome to the PT channel. I'm One Eye Bri, back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 9 and give you my review and discussion for The Walking Dead Season 9 premiere. Obviously, spoiler warning if you haven't seen the episode. I'm going to talk about it, discuss it, and if you haven't seen the episode, I don't want to ruin anything for you, so obviously spoiler warning for the Season 9 premiere. First and foremost, The Walking Dead is back. The Walking Dead Season 9 is a good start in the right direction for the series. And before I talk about the episode, guys, if you can, hit that subscribe button, become a valued member of the PT channel and our Walking Dead family. We have a lot of fun here, and if you love The Walking Dead, this is the channel for you. Obviously, photo credits and some info credits to these fine folks right here. But Season 9, Episode 1, A New Beginning. I thought the episode was very good and very entertaining, and that's what it's all about. The Walking Dead Season 9 premiere did not disappoint. Did it live up to the hype, and was it worth the wait? I think so, but again, that's subjective, and a lot of people might not think so. But I like the new look to Alexandria, definitely the comic feel. Judith, Michonne, and Rick together, one big happy family. Well, let's see how long that lasts. Alexandria has definitely changed, and so is the Sanctuary. The Sanctuary looks pretty different, and I like the idea that nothing grows there, because yes, it's a factory, it's not the Hilltop. The Hilltop can grow stuff and be one of the best communities. Regina, Arat, Justin, new characters, new saviors. We're going to see them this season. What's going to happen with the saviors and the Sanctuary? Hopefully something good and a good storyline. And I like the idea of them using the corn to fuel Daryl's bike, but how much fuel can you actually get from it? I would love to know more about that. Hopefully we'll see that. But Daryl running the Sanctuary, can't really buy into that, and I'm glad he's not anymore. But if you think about it, he's been running that for a year and a half, because again, we had an 18-month time jump. I like the connections between Ezekiel and Carol, and some people think it's forced, but I like it. I can buy into this relationship, and I do like Ezekiel proposing to Carol, and I hope they have a long, long relationship. And there was a lot of Daryl, Maggie, Carol, the main characters, Michonne, Rick, of course. Daryl talking, we saw some of that. Hopefully we'll get more dialogue from Daryl. Rick, Michonne had big parts this episode, and I think they will this season for however long Rick stays alive on the show. And I like the idea of them going to the museum. We got to see the Capitol building, the Washington Monument, and DC from afar. It was definitely a good shot. And I like the storyline at the museum. They were there to get the wagon and the canoe, and Cindy was talking about her brother, and then Daryl referenced Myrtle, which was pretty cool. I love to see those moments. We need more of those for sure. And I like the idea of the trip to the museum, but it should have been a sporting goods store, I think. That would have been the better thing to actually have. They could have made a plow, but the plow, the canoe, and the wagon, a pretty good haul. But why is Sadiq there, as he is a doctor? That doesn't make sense that he could have died right there by the walkers. That was pretty awesome with the spiders coming out of the walker's face. That was one of the coolest things I've seen in a while in the show. But again, why is Sadiq there? He could have died, and you could have brought Aaron inside, or Jesus. Where are they? But the fact that they don't value doctors as much as they should is pretty ridiculous on this show. And the whole thing with the wagon, the canoe, and the plow was pretty over dramatic. The glass is breaking, and they're lucky no one died. But really, they should have just stopped, pushed it to the side, and you could have went around it. You didn't have to go on the glass, but again, the show was being dramatic. And really, I'm glad Ezekiel did not die, and I want him to stay on many more seasons, because I like him and Carol. Ezekiel can carry some different storylines with Carol, Ezekiel, and Henry. I think it can happen. We'll see what goes on. I like the idea that we found out more about Anne. Wells Jadis, then Anne. I wonder if she's going to get a new name this season. But it was kind of interesting that she knew about the seeds. She was kind of a teacher. She's definitely into art. We'll see what's in store for this character. Rick and Michonne on horseback, pretty badass. And I hope we get more scenes with Rick on horseback, just being like a Western. That's what it's supposed to be this season, a Walker Western. And I like that there was a lot of Maggie this episode. I like Maggie, and I'm definitely on Team Maggie's side. I like Rick as well, but I think Maggie's viewpoint and Daryl's viewpoint of the saviors, of the world, of Hilltop, is what I would do as well. So I hope Maggie stays strong. And did you see the Civil War wording on the poster that Michonne saw in the museum? I feel that's what we have this season. Jerry. And Jerry didn't have much this episode, but I love seeing Jerry on screen. And to me, he kind of steals the scenes when he's there. What's he going to say? What's his funny one-liners? And I like that they mentioned the kingdom. We didn't see it, but Carol's going to stay at the Sanctuary. Jerry and Ezekiel are going back to the kingdom. I like that. Rosita didn't have a big part either, Well, what's in store for her? Is she going to be with Eugene, like in the comics? Well, Sadiq and Eugene, comic readers know what I'm talking about. Bridge is out for Dufresne County. I know, guys, Dufresne is what I called it before, but it's Dufresne County, like Andy Dufresne, Andy from Shawshank Redemption. And let's talk about the mud fiasco. The mud got Ken killed. Well, Ken trying to save the horse got Ken killed, and the walker snuck up on him, which is pretty ridiculous. But they have the different routes, A, B, C, and D. And we already saw the bridge. That's where we're going with the story. But the fact that Ken got killed takes me back to season 4. And I thought Enid might have a connection with Ken, but they didn't do that. But Enid is actually helping Sadiq. Enid is learning some medicine from Sadiq, so Enid could be a doctor down the road. But Ken got bit by a walker that he should have saw coming. He tried to save the horse, which was admirable. I would have saved the horse too, but he ended up getting kicked by the same horse he tried to save, which sucks for Ken. But Ken's death definitely had a big thing for this episode, and I bought into the story, for sure. But the walkers were pretty ridiculous. Where are the weapons? Where are the guns? Where are the knives? Where are the machetes? Where are the swords? Where's Rick's new weapon? To kill all these walkers, they should have been able to do that. Rick could handle that himself. Daryl with the motorcycle and the spear, took this walker out. And he really needs a sword, like the Dothraki of Game of Thrones, just chopping through these walkers. And the fact that the saviors are still putting up stuff like this shows me that they're going to be a problem. I like the dialogue between Daryl and Justin. He's like, we used all the paint. He's like, figure it out. And famous Rick Grimes. I like the dialogue with Michonne and Rick in the bed talking about what to do and second guessing Negan and everything, which they would have to do, right? Carol and Daryl have a relationship, but it's just like a nice bond. I don't think they're ever going to have a romantic relationship. And I like the fact when Daryl was smoking, he gave it to Carol and Carol put it out. It's like, those things will kill you. And also, wouldn't they be running out of cigarettes by now? Unless they're rolling their own cigarettes. Remember the satellite outpost of the Saviors? What they found there? The hilltop looked pretty different, and I thought it was pretty cool. A lot of stuff happened at the hilltop, and it should be a point of emphasis. The hilltop, farming, agriculture, they're going to be the place to be. Maggie is thriving at the hilltop, and I like to see that. I want to see Maggie do well. I like Maggie, I like Rick, I like Michonne, I like everybody. But Maggie running the hilltop was pretty cool. A lot of people are saying it was chopped up, but I thought the episode flowed pretty well. Rick and Maggie are two sides of the equation, and I liked how they talked about it, with Rick being one side and Maggie being the other. Rick and Maggie are going to have a difference of opinion. What to do with Negan, the Saviors, and I like the whole dialogue with Tammy, Earl, and Maggie, showing that Maggie is running the hilltop, but we're not friends. They want Maggie to lead. Maggie needs to be a leader and not a friend. And we saw a lot of tough decisions that she's had to make already. Alden singing was a little cheesy, but it was just a nice little send-off for Ken. And the whole dialogue with Tammy, Earl, Maggie, it was pretty interesting. And here, you definitely thought that Earl was going to get killed. But Maggie wasn't messing around. Maggie knew why Earl was tricked. Maggie knew Gregory was the problem. I didn't like the attack and Maggie bleeding and the baby crying. I didn't like that at all. And Enid getting knocked out. And Jesus, where were you at, man? In the comics, you saved the day. You help Maggie. Maggie gets poisoned by Gregory. Jesus comes in and saves Maggie. Man, they're really not doing much with the Jesus character. Earl, we'll see what happens with Earl. He's a blacksmith, and I like the dialogue with Ken and Marco, and they were talking about Marco helping out Earl and learning the trade of being a blacksmith. Maggie fighting Gregory was pretty crazy. I'm glad Maggie saved herself. She probably should have just stabbed Gregory, but she didn't, as she made a big display of it and said, this is what happens. I don't want to do this, but he's forcing me to do this, and I'm glad Gregory's gone. Gregory can go, and other pain in the butt characters can go, but I don't know who else is left that's a big pain in the butt. We lost Jared, we just lost Gregory. Who else is there that's kind of annoying? Hopefully we don't pick up another savior that's annoying. But Gregory's gone, and it was awesome. Michonne, looking at the kids while they were there, she did the right thing. The kids shouldn't have saw that, but you could clearly see Maggie and Michonne don't see eye to eye. So there you go, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. I thought the episode was very good. It was a very good premiere, and I liked what they were doing with Rick, Daryl, Michonne, Maggie, setting things up. It's a premiere episode that's supposed to set things up for the rest of the season. I thought the directing was good, the writing was very good, it was written by Angela Kang, and I think she did a very good job with it. I think she'll be a very good showrunner. I liked the premiere episode, and it's building for the rest of the season. And what did you think, guys? What did you like? What did you love? What did you hate? If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of fun here. We post videos all the time, pretty much daily, about The Walking Dead and various content. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it.